Taking into account everything that has happened leading up to your life at this point in time, it is statistically impossible that you exist. So how unlikely is it really that everything you love gets taken away and you're thrown into a hellscape? As a pawn of all things. Gotta make the best of every situation. Here's how I did it. My name's Jeff. This is my story. Welcome to my Hellspawn's Guide to Success. You know, walking down the street was difficult enough before this mutation. Now it's doubly so with a gigantic right arm. I'm so awkward and unbalanced. On top of how awkward and unbalanced I naturally was. Oh, come on. Yes, up and down. Up and there we go, arm. Now you're getting the hang of it. Moving was getting easier by the second. But honestly, I can't tell if it's better or worse that the engorged arm is not my dominant hand. What the hell? Is that a radio? Don't tell me this hellscape has a disc jockey demon.
That was Hell on Earth by Jake and the Rattlesnakes, a band fronted by yours truly. And you're listening to 92.9 FUKU, the best and only station on the air now. Funny enough, that song was recorded prior to this actual Hell on Earth, but I've always been a little psychic.
What a jackass.
And yes, I am a jackass, but I'm a jackass that immediately went to the nearest radio station after the incursion, fortified it, and blasted my music 24/7 for my listening pleasure. Pretty smart if you ask me.
Well, shit. He might actually be psychic. What number am I thinking of?
Purple.
Never mind.
Purple is my favorite flavor of soda. I got a whole stockpile here. It's the best. You know what else is the best? Hell on Earth by Jake and the Rattlesnakes. Here it is coming at you again on 92.9 FUKU, where if you're trying to kill me, this fuck you is for you.
Huh. Radio wasn't going to survive the next 5 years. How did it survive the apocalypse?
Media perseveres, I guess.
I was so startled by the sudden sound coming out of nowhere. As a knee-jerk reaction, I grabbed a piece of broken concrete with my big arm and chucked it at the source of the voice and immediately hid behind the car next to me.
Who the hell are you? What do you want? I have a big arm and I'm not afraid to use it. Ow. I'm okay. Yeah, well, you're about to not be in a second if you don't say something. Let me introduce myself.
I heard a fluttering of something, and then the weirdest little creature I've ever seen landed on the hood of the car I was hiding behind. It stood about 2 feet tall max, covered in short black fur, humanoid-ish in shape, except for the goat legs, the horns, and the bat wings. Its little forked tail wrapped around its feet while it was talking. While all of this was off-putting, the weirdest part was that it seemed to be wearing glasses.
Hello, oh dark one. My name is Flaib. I have been assigned to aid you in the indentured servitude due to your new amassing power. Whatever you wish is my command.
I'm sorry. What?
Which part didn't you understand?
Well, the part where you said, the whole thing. The all of it part. What do you mean?
Well, you see, oh great one, I was sent to serve you because you popped up on the higher-ups' radar recently. Your power grew, and so did your ranking in the Father's Army of Darkness. I am here to help you with any minor torturing, maiming, or killing that you just don't have time for. Really, anything you need, I'm here to help.
Okay. Well, first thing is, you can stop with the oh great one shit. My name's Jeff.
You got it. Oh great, Jeff.
Just the whole great thing in general, you can stop.
You got it. Oh, Jeff.
You know what? Good enough. Second, I didn't do this on purpose. I accidentally came across this power. Very accidentally. Now I'm thinking about Razorwire. Poor Razorwire. He didn't deserve to be crushed by that Honda Civic. Actually, never mind. Now that I think of it, he probably definitely deserved to be crushed by that Honda Civic.
Nonetheless, power gained is power earned. Hell doesn't discriminate.
That's the third thing. I'm not really down with this whole hell on earth thing, so there will be no torturing, no maiming, and no killing, if I can help it, from here on out. Also, I definitely don't want a slave, so you can just go if you want.
But, sir, I was made to serve you. That's my purpose. I wouldn't know what to do without a purpose.
You could do anything.
what would you do right now if you could fly away and do anything you wanted?
They put their hand up to their chin and their eyes started bulging. I think this is their thinking face, but they really just look constipated.
I would fly up the highest I could go, so I could see as much of the land surrounding as I could.
There we go. Go see a pretty view. I'm not sure how good it would look now, given everything, but sure.
It would be a beautiful view. And that is all I would have time for before the distance clause set on the blood bond between us would kick in, and I would die a most terrible death, melting from the inside out, last thing being my eyes.
Oh, fuck. Are you serious?
Yep. It would be a beautiful view. Is that what you'd like me to do?
No, I think I'm gonna have you stay right here.
Yes, sir.
I still don't want a slave, though. So, maybe you can be my, assistant? Or something?
You can call me whatever you want.
I didn't like the sexual undertones that they said that with.
Alrighty then. You're hired.
They then flew 2 feet up in the air.
Like this?
Sure.
I won't let you down. Oh, Jeff.
This is gonna be weird.
What did you say your name was again?
Ah, yes. My name is Flyim at your service.
I'm sorry, did you say phlegm?
Oh, no. It's Flyim.
Yeah, that's what I said. Phlegm.
The intonation is a little off, but close enough.
What an unfortunate name. We started walking down a street that was very familiar to me once. This was my route to work. Of course, it wasn't the same. Half the buildings were in ruins and the other half were on fire, while bodies were impaled on spikes in front of them, Vlad Dracula style. When I saw this, a sympathetic pain shot from my anus to my shoulder. That's gotta be so uncomfortable. Then I stopped dead in my tracks, because I saw something that I truly didn't expect to see.
That's my old coffee shop! I can't believe it's still here! Mostly intact and some broken windows, but still!
What is a coffee shop?
A coffee shop was a place where you could relax by drinking this delicious beverage that gave you anxiety. You would just sit for hours on end doing work or nothing at all, and then get mad at hipsters for doing the exact same thing. You know what? It was actually a very problematic, vicious hypocrisy. But still, it was great.
That sounds wonderful. Would you like me to help you claim this land as your domain by slaughtering all that lie inside?
What did I say about the killing thing?
My apologies. Oh, Jeff.
You know what? I wouldn't mind a little familiar comfort right now. Let's go check it out.
We started walking towards the shop, and just as we got within 15 feet of the door, I noticed movement. I stopped phlegm and waited to see what was going on. I saw somebody behind the counter with a familiar messy bun of tangled brown hair, beautiful freckles, and a perfectly imperfect smile. A little soot-smeared and worn-looking, but making a cup of coffee, just as she always did for me.
Oh my god. Lisa?
I can't believe Lisa, who's been making my coffee for over a year that I always liked but never shot my shot with, is still alive in the apocalypse. As I stepped closer, I began to notice the smells of fresh espresso being pulled and steam rising in the air, but I also began to notice the burn marks on her, and the recently familiar red eye flare of a hellspawn. She seems to have suffered the same fate that I have.
Oh, no, Lisa. You're a hellspawn too? Hey, at least we're hellspawn together, right?
That's when my brain registered a sound that I thought was just a part of the ambiance, but even in a hellscape, the roaring sound of a chainsaw stands out eventually. Just as I was calling out and Lisa was reaching for the handle of the espresso machine, I was cut off, and so was she. Except hers was a little bit more literal, happening right above the elbow.
Yeah, violence! Shut up, Clem. Apologies.
That's when the wielder of the chainsaw stepped into the light. A face I really didn't want to recognize.
It's too bad, Hellspawn. You didn't get a chance to pull the shot before I pulled the trigger.
He raised the chainsaw up for one final swing at Lisa. I had to do something.
Hey! Asshole McGee!
He stopped and looked up, hatred burning in his eyes.
You. I thought I killed you.
Not dead yet, but you should be. How about you do the rest of us a solid and jump from your ego to your intelligence? That should finish the job.
Yeah, my master will kick your ass. Shut the fuck up, Flem. Apologies.
Finishing the job. Now that's a good idea.
Asshole McGee vaulted over the counter in one swift motion, chainsaw in hand. I actually thought I could take him with my new upgraded arm. But that's when he pulled up a second upgrade of his own. A sawed-off shotgun.
A chainsaw and a sawed-off shotgun? God, you're a walking cliche. Where do you get these things?
Why don't you ask your mom? I'm about to send you her way.
Fucking low blow. How'd he know my mom died? I didn't even really have time to process it before he revved up his chainsaw and started charging me. I needed time to think, so I did the only thing that's worked so far. I ran. With asshole McGee in hot pursuit, I only had one thought left in my head. Please don't shoot me again.
This has been a Hellspawn's Guide to Success. Thank you so much for listening. A Hellspawn's Guide to Success was written, produced, and performed by Brett Hunt. A special thanks to Pixabay for various sound effects used in the episode. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider leaving a review and telling your friends about it. I'd love to have them here. New episodes will be coming out every other Wednesday, so stay tuned for more.
Hellspawn's tip of the day. Better to have loved and lost than have your crush's arm cut off by a chainsaw.
Again, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you live to hear the next one.